Um, yeah, I'm here on behalf of the defendant Jamil Lockhart, and they're making a special appearance.
All right, well, you gotta make your special appearance to the Wayne County Jail. I told you that the last time.
Oh, someone forgot to turn himself in. Welcome back to Judge Perkins' courtroom, where we revisit Jamil of the family Lockhart, a repeat offender in sovereign nonsense. Last time, the judge ordered him to serve 30 days for blatant contempt. He ignored it, lived with an active bench warrant, and now wants to move forward, but the judge isn't budging.
Yeah, so I filed a notice of removal for all of these cases because I don't believe that this court is capable of acting in an unbiased way. But I mean, there's been no response from the city, to this point. I mean, just the last court date we had, perjury was committed. I mean, you guys put on the record that I failed to appear.
You failed to appear when your name was called. Instead, you offered a bizarre introduction about being Jamil of the family Lockhart, flesh and blood, attorney in fact. Since you're not a licensed attorney, you couldn't legally appear for yourself. But honestly, that isn't even what truly landed you in deeper trouble that day.
And I spoke to you.
You did fail to show up to the Wayne County Jail. You were ordered to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. You haven't showed up. You still haven't showed up. So you still disobeying. No, let's not do this. This is how it started the last time. You're still disobeying the court's order, and you have to do 30 days. You have to present yourself to the Wayne County Jail. You have a warrant out for your arrest. And before we go over this other stuff, you got to go. You have to go to the Wayne County Jail, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I said what
I can increase the time if you can to not be complying.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the proceedings. May I have a breakout room with this litigant, please, and thank you.
I don't know if he wants to speak to a lawyer, but he can if he needs to. He has that right to do so. You want to speak to the lawyer, Mr. Lockhart, or no?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know the saying, you can lead a donkey to water, but you can't make a jackass drink? Turns out I said that, and you keep proving it right. Watching you struggle with the simplest courtroom expectations is a reminder that stubbornness can outmatch basic common sense every single time.
But Miss Harris, let's gonna go with Mr. Lockhart. So I don't know why he's still sitting here.
Well, Your Honor, if the court will allow, we would like to attempt resolution of the matters that are on the docket. So I would ask if the court could stay the contempt proceedings and allow him to handle these matters.
No. It's been well over a year. No, he's gonna have to go turn himself in, and we'll deal with it that way.
Your Honor, if the court could, just in the interest of justice and judicial economy, if he could resolve these matters, if he's still going to have to do the 30 days in Wayne County Jail, if at time of sentencing, it could all be wrapped up together, just to not further delay his constitutional right to speedy trial.
He's delayed his rights. He's delayed his rights to a speedy trial.
And I do have a resolution, Your Honor.
No, I don't want it. I'm not even going to entertain it. We're that ship has sailed. We tried to give him that opportunity a long time ago. He kept being contemptuous in the court. He comes with these far out legal theories that he has that I quite frankly don't know where he's coming from on that. No, I'm not gonna even entertain it with it.
And Your Honor, I completely understand the court's position. I completely understand if he still has to do the 30 days Wayne County Jail, but I think that he was potentially misguided, did not understand the finer points of the law, court rules, and courtroom behavior and procedure. So now that he has the assistance of counsel, which I'm not saying that he didn't have the assistance of counsel before, if the court would allow him,
We offered him counsel then. He denied the counsel. Go back and look at the video. It's got over 270-some thousand views on it. And I told him that 30 days will give him an opportunity to read up on the law and so he can make it and understand how this process goes. So go ahead to the Wayne County Jail. You can take some, they probably have some legal books there. And we'll hear these matters when you come out, sir.
Your Honor, is any of this on the record or no? Or did we?
No. No, it's not on the record because I didn't call the cases. I'm going to continue on. That appears to be Charles Gart. Charles Gart.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your Honor, am I allowed to go back in the breakout room to explain that to Mr. Lockhart? Because he seems to have had a change of heart if the court would allow him to at least.
Maybe he can go turn himself in and you can file an appeal, file something to get him heard before the court, and they can zoom in from the Wayne County Jail and we'll resolve it that way. But until he turns himself in, he's got a warrant out for his arrest. He's had this warrant out for I don't know how long. I can look back into the record, but and he's never presented himself. So he was contemptuous then. He continues to not follow or obey the court's orders. So he has to go through the time. Or hire himself a lawyer to get it back in front of the court. But until we get the first matter resolved that we had, we're not going to get into the other matters.
The contempt proceedings arise out of these, his appearance in court. So he's still not allowed to just resolve these before he commits himself to the Wayne County Jail?
No.
I love this. You were disrespectful from the moment you first appeared, so why should the court give you any leniency now? Judge Perkins is absolutely right. Before anything moves forward, you owe the court 30 days in jail for your own behavior. This entire situation should have been resolved a year and a half ago, but your antics dragged it out.
Okay, Mr. Lockhart, join the breakout room.
And that'll conclude it. I still see Mr. Lockhart here. I don't know what else to do. What else did you do for him, Mrs. Harris? She continues to disobey the court order. Just continues to do so.
And Your Honor, I dare not say, well, I don't know. I don't think that it's an intentional. Oh, I can't say that. I don't think I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna take that back. I think he has good intentions. I think he now has a better understanding of everything that has taken place.
I don't think so, because he came in here talking about he's appearing on behalf of the person, Jameer Lockhart. So I think he's on the same path as he was that got him into this situation.
We call that path the path of least advancement. Every time a sovereign citizen takes a single step forward, they somehow manage to eat 2 crayons and stumble 3 steps back. Progress isn't just slow, it's practically self-sabotage wrapped in delusion.
And Your Honor, we've had that discussion at length in the breakout room. He understands what it would take to resolve his matters. He understands how he has to represent himself in court. And so I think he's in a position that he wants to resolve these matters. We've had the discussion. We asked for leniency and mercy from the court. I understand if the condition is that he still has to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail, although we would ask if the court would reconsider that sentence now that he has taken the time to actually listen to advice of counsel and be made fully aware of how he should present himself in court. I know that it's his intention to resolve these matters without any further court appearances or draining any further resources or delaying the process anymore. And I know that the court doesn't want to delay the process any further. I understand his behavior is what put us in this position as of right now, but we're just hoping to resolve today if the court will allow.
I'm not moving. I gave him ample, it's a 27 plus, maybe 30 plus minute video. I gave him ample opportunity. You know, and I'm not moving.
I mean, Your Honor, I mean, in that video, I did apologize to you for, I guess.
And you apologize after you got the 30 days.
You apologized the moment you realized jailhouse grits were about to become part of your daily routine. But real remorse isn't about fear, it's about responsibility. If you were truly sorry, you would have turned yourself in and faced the consequences like an adult instead of running from your own contempt.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
moving.
apologize after the offense was, I mean, I don't know what else I would apologize.
And you still haven't showed up, and it's been over a year, and now you want me to have some sympathy for you and to resolve the matters. I have no sympathy for you at all.
Mhm.
I tried to discuss, we tried to give you a fair opportunity to be heard. You keep spewing these legal theories that I've never heard of before, and I've given you an opportunity at that day to speak with the lawyer. You refuse that. You refuse all the opportunities I've given you. And you came in here another time, a couple of months ago, and I told you we weren't going to hear it then. You got to go report to the Wayne County Jail.
Mhm.
So
I mean, you'd have me go to jail.
No, on behalf of Jamil Lockhart, I do understand that, and I know the court he may hear this often, but he does have a family that he supports. It would be a great hardship on his family, his resources, and his sense of economy in terms of his job if he would have to submit himself to 30 days in the Wayne County Jail.
Jail suddenly matters now, huh? Well, maybe you should have considered that before acting like a fool in court. Whatever special appearance you claimed you had surely wasn't more important than following a lawful order. Actions have consequences, and yours were long overdue.
I understand that the court is not inclined to change that.
I didn't just give him the 30 days on the, he should have thought about that when I was asking him. I let him speak when I was asking him to not try to overtalk the court. Let me give an opportunity to speak. He continued to disobey that. He should have thought about that then. There's a whole lot of people up in the penitentiary that have families that they take care of, and he's not going to the penitentiary. It's just county jail. So I'm just not moved.
Would this court consider amending it in such a way that he could only do weekends to complete his 30 days?
Yeah, but he hasn't even come to done anything. I'm not inclined to do anything for Mr. Jameer Lockhart or the person of Jameer Lockhart or whatever he wants to be called or however he wants to be described himself. Jameel Lockhart.
So yeah, he has the matters that are set on the docket for today. He has presented himself to the court today.
Okay, you want to take? We'll take off the warrant. We'll give him a free trial date, and then he can go do his 30 days, and he can tell the sheriff in there that what his next court date is, and they can, or somebody can rid him out then. City of Detroit versus Jameel Amir Lockhart, case numbers SP 1247989, counts 1, 2, and 3. State of Michigan. Now the laws just don't apply to him. State of Michigan versus Jamil Amir Lockhart, case number SX 378-29611. Appearance for the record, please.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Jamil Lockhart, sir, could you state the name of the person that you are representing on the record, please, or that you identify, please?
So my name is Jamil Lockhart.
Why is it that every sovereign citizen looks like he's giving birth to a live baby every time he's asked to say his own name? The sheer discomfort is unbelievable. Who knew that rejecting reality could make someone hate even the sound of their own identity?
Yeah, there is currently a recommendation if the court would allow a plea.
No. He's gonna have to go do the time.
So, sir, as we discussed, I think you would be better suited if you, one, hire an attorney, two, go to the Wayne County Jail and submit yourself so that your matters could be resolved. I understand that when you
Last
appear
time,
in court, there's
I
different-
checked. He didn't want an attorney. And I guess you have gotten through to him a little bit. He changed it. He came in here, hearing on behalf of the person, Jamir Lockhart. And then when he asked him to state his name, he came and he indicated that he was Jamir Lockhart now. So I don't know what he, like I say.
I mean, if I can speak a little bit here. Your Honor, I'm not a criminal. I just want to handle this, get this over with.
I didn't say you were. Sir. I didn't listen.
No, I know you
I
didn't.
didn't say you were a criminal. As it stands now, these are allegations. So until there's an adjudication of either guilt or not guilt, that'll determine, whether you're a criminal or not. So I don't know. You got these allegations out here. So I didn't make that comment. You were a criminal.
Right. No, I'm not saying that you did. But I just want to handle this and, put this to rest. At this point, I feel like it's taken up too much of my time, too much of, your time, I'm sure.
What do you think the judge does for a living? This is his job. He's being paid right now to deal with your nonsense. If you want to apologize to someone, try apologizing to the taxpayers of Michigan, the people whose money funds these unnecessary hearings, just because you insist on making a mockery of the court.
And,
No, this is what I do every day, sir. I serve the city residents of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan, whoever comes in here. So it doesn't take up my time. This is what we do.
Yeah. So yeah, and continuing, I would just like to, get this over with, pay whatever fines need to be paid. I would like to have my license back. I can't rent a car when I travel. I would like to be able to do that. So
that's adorable. Now that real life has caught up with you, suddenly it's okay to contract with the state so you can get a driver's license. Funny how your anti-government ideals disappear the moment you need to travel like a normal human being.
Whatever I owe for these civil offenses.
Last year, over a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, I just want to resolve this. Whatever I owe for those offenses, I'm willing to pay, and it'll be done with this situation. I truthfully don't think it's your, mission to put people in jail that have not harmed anybody or committed any offense against, any actual live human being. I'm only guilty of speaking out of turn. And, I should have handled this differently. I can see that now, but yeah, I really just want to get this whole situation rectified, and whatever the charges are that I need to pay, I'm willing to do that, and I'll put this to rest.
Yeah, that's not how any of this works. You don't get to look back with a grin and pretend it's all fine now. You acted like a complete menace in court, and actions come with consequences, specifically, the 30 days you still owe for your behavior.
All right, I'll let him speak. Next pretrial date is September 22nd.
Yeah,
Well,
based on
with
the
that
statements.
that being said, I don't think, based on everything that has happened, our history, the claim in federal court that I have against you.
So you're claiming to have a federal case against the very judge handling your statutory charges, yet you wonder why he's not extending leniency. Filing nonsense claims usually doesn't win you any favors in the courtroom you're already disrespecting.
Michigan judicial tenure complaints that I have against you, I think you have a duty to recuse yourself from any of my cases.
I haven't been privy to any judicial tenure complaint. My first duty is a duty to sit. I feel
did
that I
put it in your mailbox.
okay. Well, the Judicial Tenure Commission will have to come and I'll have to respond to them accordingly if they present something to me.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Have a great day, sir. Next court date, 9/22. You're still expected to turn yourself into the Wayne County Judge.
Well, Your Honor, I would ask one final argument. I understand that he may have indicated he did not want an attorney to represent him. Jail time is a very harsh penalty. And I know that the court didn't just immediately come to that decision. I would ask if the court would consider some of the things that were stated on the record in terms of he now has a better understanding. He is remorseful of how things played out. And I would ask if the court would issue a monetary fine for the contempt rather than jail. If the court, please.
And he's got a proceeding in federal court against him. So where is it, where is this
I'm simply trying to protect.
Your Honor, but again, Your Honor, Mr. Lockhart, on behalf of Mr. Lockhart, stop. What I'm saying, the court has to understand the fact that a lot of these things came into play before today. So if in fact there was something filed, it was before today, before having a better understanding of how the process works, how to conduct oneself in court, and that one is held to the same standards as an attorney. I would ask if the court would consider converting that jail term into a monetary fine.
Not at this point.
Your Honor, I only have a federal claim against you as a means to try to keep myself out of jail.
I've met plenty of foolish people, Lockhart, but you truly excel at it. You do realize everything is on record, right? The judge could simply replay your own words in court, especially the part where you admit the lawsuit isn't about damages but about avoiding jail, and the whole claim collapses instantly. You defeated yourself.
Right? It's not something that I want to do.
You can take any action. You can take any action under the law that you choose to, sir. I haven't prevented you or even tried to even attempt to prevent you, and I can't prevent you from
understand is I don't want to do that. I just want to handle this, pay whatever I need to pay, and move on.
Advocating on behalf of
needs to be sitting in jail. I'm an upstanding individual. I have a lot of people that depend on me, and I haven't harmed anyone, and I never would.
Understood. Thank you for that allocution. But on behalf of defense would now move to ask if the court would allow a hearing on the contempt proceedings.
That hearing has sailed. He has been gone. He has 30 days for the hearing. Procedurally, that has sailed a long time ago.
So he already had a hearing on it?
No, we asked him, offered a hearing on that. We offered him an attorney on that before we entered into we found him in contempt. We offered him to speak with a lawyer on that day. He chose not to. It's been over, I would say, quite frankly, a year at least. The motion, he was gonna file a motion by 5/27/2022. It's been a long time. Those ships have sailed.
But Your Honor, arguably, he didn't have the assistance of counsel. So I would ask, did we go through all of the steps for him to waive his right to counsel in that type of proceeding?
Well, you can go back and look at the transcript. If he wants some representation now, he can either be a court-appointed a lawyer, or he can hire a lawyer on his own. But at this juncture, I'm not inclined, I get it. People tell me I'm too lenient and I'm a defense judge, and I try to be fair to everybody that comes through here. I gave Mr. Lockhart, and I'm giving Mr. Lockhart now, over a half hour when other people only get 5 minutes to speak. I gave him ample time today and back when he came in court the last time. And you say that he's changed, but he came into court today spewing the same stuff that he started out before he talked to you that he did when he was there. I read those motions that he filed, which was in the court's eyes had no basis in law whatsoever. None. I've never seen those legal theories that he's purporting. I don't know if you, well, let me strike that. I've seen those legal theories that he's purported, but I've never seen those in the rules of court rules. I've never seen that in any of the law books that I've ever read. So I told him this back then, that he needs to go get the rules. I gave him an opportunity to read the rules of procedure. He refused everything. Now, in the transcript of it, you can order the transcript. He can hire his own lawyer, and he'll get whatever kind of hearing that he will get. I'm not going to recuse myself from the case.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have nothing further.
Very well. Next court date, September 22nd, 2023, will be a pre-trial. Have a very good day, sir. And again, your order to turn yourself into Wayne County Jail.
And that wraps up the hearing. The real question now, will Jamil Smoothbrain Lockhart finally turn himself in like an adult? Will he skip jail but still show up to the September 22nd hearing? Or will he embrace full sovereign delusion and refuse everything until he's personally arrested? I'm rooting for option 3.